How you doing, guys? Chris here from Divergent Drones. Well, as you like to know, I like to show you guys the finished product before I start making you guys watch the whole build video. So here it is. This is the E115 aluminum frame, and right off the bat, I'm gonna let you know it flies really good. I was pretty impressed. The build wasn't exactly, the easiest build. I had to manipulate some of the parts. You'll see in the build video that I had to trim the TPU and I had to change the stack out because of the screws, and it's fine. All that's part of the build process, but all in all, it was worth it. This thing flies great. It's so great, I actually added GPS. I wasn't going to. I added a GPS module, and I'm gonna fly this thing a lot more. It's really stable. It's not heavy. In this configuration right here, I was flying it at about 640 grams, 645 grams. So it was easy. It was a fun flight, and I'll let you guys watch the rest of the build video. The flight video's at the end. If you want to skip ahead, you'll see for yourself. I didn't include the Insta360 footage. I just went straight for the camera from the Vista because I wanted you to see the vibrations, and there were next to none. I mean, this thing was great. At full punch out, I didn't see anything, and it was a very, very sunny day. You'll see for yourself. All right. Well, here we have the build portion of the E15 all aluminum frame from Kin FPV, and I'm going ahead and I'm pulling out all the stops. I'm using what I think are the best components. So we've got the 25mm motors. I've got a Diatone 128 kilohertz ESC. That's the new F4 with a F7. Basically, it's a nice stack here. I'm gonna go ahead and put DJI on it. Let's see, what do I got in my jar, my bag of tricks? I got a Nebula Nano Pro. I think I can pull something else out a little better. Let's see, what else do I have? Now, right here. Let's see. I know I've been hiding you. There we go. I got a Vista kit here. Maybe we'll throw the full-size Vista in there. We'll see how this camera mount works, actually. I can't guarantee the DJI camera will fit in there. I mean, it's pretty standard mounting, but this TPU between the posts, I've had some experiences in the past where the lenses don't fit, so we'll have to see. I've got some options. No matter what, it's gonna have DJI Digital in it, so it'll be all right. What else we got? That's it. I think we're gonna go bare bones with this one. No LEDs on this. Basically, I'm just gonna run the wires, braid them up, and put the ESC on there, run it through Betaflight. I'll put brand new Betaflight 4.3 on it. That way we can get the most out of that 128 kilohertz ESC. And yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Put the best of the best in this quad, and then we're gonna take it for a flight and see how it works. But from now, we're just gonna keep building. So stay tuned. All right, so here we are. I got 2 of the motors wired up to the ESC, and it went pretty fine up until the point where I realized that the the top plate needed to have the pigtail soldered with the wires through, because there's no way you're going to get that in there. And then also, for this build, I found it a little bit tight to put a capacitor in there with my cables and everything else that are going to be running through there, because this is backwards. So I will have to get on Betaflight and go ahead and remap motor direction, because the ESC is going one way and the flight controller, well, hell, since the plug is over here, the flight controller might have to go the other direction too. We'll figure that out. It's fine. Anyway, long story short, you need to wire your pigtail through your top plate, which is a pain in the ass. No other way of putting it. I don't normally do that. I like my pigtail out the butt. I don't have it come off the side, and I sure as hell don't come out the front with it. But for this build, that's where it has to be, because there's not a lot of room on here for your battery pad. So if you're not going to take advantage of this hole being here for your pigtail, then I don't see the point of it being on there at all. So we're going to take advantage. We're going to go ahead and have it out the front, which, like I said, it didn't give me a lot of room for the capacitor. I mean, I could have squeezed it in there. Diatone's got some little capacitors, but you know, they're exposed wire capacitors, and I sure as hell don't trust the exposed wire DJI cable or the MIPI cable. So whatever, it's on, it's fine, no biggie. So you were probably noticing that I took off the heatsink for the ESC. Stack wouldn't fit with it on there, and with it on there it barely fits, so that's slightly annoying, but whatever, that's part of building. You figure that stuff out. Anyway, like I said, this is done. Kind of pretty. I like the white wires, and yeah, keep going. All right, we got the last wire to solder up, and yeah, it's going pretty easily. You know, I don't know how you guys do it. You know, I hear a lot of people telling me that they just go ahead and apply solder to the pads. There's enough flux already in the solder. You don't need flux. You don't need excess amounts of solder to get it flowing. And I am not one of those people. I go ahead and solder and flux and resolder, and I just make sure everything is, I don't want to say more than what it needs to be, but definitely not skimped out. And right now I got a little flux on these wires, so it's a pain in the butt. That didn't go well. There we go. Very nice. All right. This one could be cleaner. All right. Clean the tip. Take a look. Move my wire. All right. It's clean. No frayed edges. All right. Looks good. Looks good. All right. So this is going to be a pretty cool little build. So we'll keep going. All right, so we got everything mounted, and the cover fits just by the skin of its teeth, but it's on there. It's still semi-spongy, so meh, it'll be all right. So let's see. Let's pull out the Vista. Whew. Brand new Vista. Whoa! Are the new Vistas coming with these little weird antennas? Look at that. That's the first time I hadn't had one of those cherry antennas. Like, oh, I swap them out all the time. Here we go, here's one. One of those cherry antennas. Look at that. Okay, well, guess I need new 3D printed mounts from here on out. All right, so new antenna, that's new. Let's see, is this camera going to fit with the lens? That is really why I turned the camera back on, to make sure that all fits properly. Okay, this is up. Yeah, I mean, it'll be super tight. It looks like it's actually like making this bow out a little bit, but I think it was made for this because it looks like it's too perfect of a fit. So I screw that. The holes still line up. Yep, holes still line up just fine. Yeah, that'll be great. Okay, no worries. We'll keep going. This is gonna be a Vista Quad, right on. So I was buttoning it up. I thought I was almost done, but as you can see this angle going on right here because of the thickness of the lens with this extra TPU here, it kept, you know, making popping and crinkling noises, and I'm not trying to break my brand new camera. So let's figure out how to fix this. Obviously the easiest thing to do would be to thin out the TPU on the sides here, and that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to strip it out, basically cut away the TPU from the inside of the frame. That way the lens fits a little bit better. But the way it bows out, you would think it can fit in those two holes, but as you can see it's just off-centered, so it's putting a squeeze on the lens. No big deal, it's just more work. So almost done. Haven't tested the battery yet to make sure that this is all good, because this is an all aluminum frame, very conductive, so you have to do a very particular job making sure that nothing is touching. So all right, let me get the camera situated and then we'll test the battery. All right, stay tuned. All right, and it's done. All right, it's all together. Got the buzzer installed. Put a battery strap on top. Not a battery strap, battery pad. Does still need a battery strap. Good thing Race Day Quad sends me one every day. So we'll just slide that in back here, because I want to get a real weight, a real flying weight on what this is actually going to be. So it looks good. I don't have a problem with the way it looks. I think it's an awesome frame. Of course, I had to get in here with my soldering iron and my X-Acto knife, and I had to cut away all the excess in here. I hope none of this shows up. If so, I'll just keep cutting until I don't see anything anymore. Motors look good, clear of little bits and pieces from the build. I don't plug in the buzzer just yet. I wait until it's time to fly. All right, let's do the moment of truth here, and then we'll hook it up to Betaflight. So I'm only doing a 4S here. I know that's not going to save my electronics, but I like to think it does. So we go ahead and we push the button once and we cross our fingers. All right, very good. So that alleviated one fear of the whole aluminum frame thing. So maybe it was just a little, you know, doing something new, not knowing, but there it is, guys. There it is. It is not a bad looking quad at all compared to basically exactly its carbon double here. I mean, yeah, of course he, you know, has his own unique cut, but man, it is pretty darn close. And I don't know if you saw this from before. So there's some TPU there in the center. It sort of acts like an apex piece. Do I have an apex piece? I think I have a couple of them laying around. So when you build an apex, you get this little rectangular piece of TPU, and I had a couple of them laying around just because I love to lose them, like right now. Here we go, got it. So right here, that is the apex piece. So that is the piece of TPU that locks arms into place. Alien doesn't have that. I actually just put a coat of electrical tape between all the arms and then really pressed the arms as hard as I could together, and that seemed to do a really good job. But that's what's going on in here with this blue TPU, or teal, that I asked for. So it's sort of a apex kind of approach to the way the arms connect. I kind of like that. All right, I wanted to get a weight on this thing too. Stop making a mess here. What are these? Got some 2405s. I guess I got a little project coming up here. Let's see. I'm gonna turn on the scale first and put some props on. Let's see. So without props, this thing is coming in at 415.6 grams. It's not bad. I mean, it's a good dry rate. And then with props, these are the props I'm planning on flying with. These are the 5236s. All right, there it is. That is flight weight right there. 400, nope, it's not flight weight right there. We need a battery, right? Let's see, what battery am I gonna fly with? So that's 431.5 grams. And let's get a battery. Here's just a regular 1000 milliamp 6S. And this will be 602 grams. And then with a action camera with the peanut, 639.9, but you need the mount for that. And the mount, there it is, 641. I know you can fly at 750 easily, so this isn't so bad. And if I wanted to go with the GoPro, how much would the GoPro be? So I got the GoPro 10. That is 756. That's not even that bad. And then a mount, 756 with a mount. And do I have a GoPro screw laying around here? Just throw a couple of these screws in there, it's pretty close. All right, so 763. So, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's exactly what any of these other quads up here are gonna be with. So, hell, this is my Titan right here. Let's see what this comes in at with the Titan. Zero out the scale real quick. So this is flying weight of a Titan. Dry is 493 with a GoPro and a battery. That's already 818, and I haven't put the mount on yet. 820. Psh, nothing. And this is the Titan. So right here, this is fine. You got nothing to worry about with this aluminum frame. As long as you build it right, you get the right pieces. I did, nakify the Vista just to save a couple of grams. I don't have GPS on there, but I did put the buzzer on there, the self-powered buzzer, because I'm not crazy. So this thing, weight is not that big an issue. Obviously, if you are conscious with what you're building with, you don't add any extra, you'll be fine. All right, let's go plug it into Betaflight and give it a hover. So I wanted you guys to see this takeoff portion because of these vibrations that it had right at the very beginning. Some quads do that. This one's not immune to it. But as I fly around, I'll be in the sun, and then I'll be in the shadows, and then I'll go to light areas and dark areas. And you could see just doing turns, punch outs, maneuvers. This thing has no vibration at all. It is very stable. It is very vibration free. I mean, this was great. For my maiden flight, I was pretty impressed. Thanks for watching, and there'll definitely be more flights to come with this quad. Don't forget to like and subscribe.